Mississippi is full of interesting characters, and today I'm going to introduce you to one. Her name is Carole McReynolds Davis. Now, she's kind of famous in Starkville because she has a mannequin that stayed on her front porch for forever. It's been stolen by fraternities and returned, and it's also made the headlines in the paper and on the television. So she's opened up her home to us, and she's going to give us a tour of the inside. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be just as interesting inside as it is outside. I'm a little out of tune. Some say I'm paranormal, so I just bend their spoon. Who wants to be ordinary in a crazy mixed up world? I don't care.
Hello, I'm Carole Elizabeth McReynolds Davis, and I'm the great-granddaughter who got to restore the beautiful home here that we love. It's a family home. 6 generations have been in the house. We've never left the home. It took us 3 years to restore the house. And when I opened it up, and all of a sudden she lived again, and she became just a grand old lady to me, you know. And then I said, well, she's going to be a lady. And I inherited the home through my mother's side. My great-grandfather built it. And then his daughter was my grandmother. I'll show you a portrait of her. And then my mother, so I inherited it through women. It came to the lineage down to me, you know, so it's a great-granddaughter.
So I'm a little left of center, I'm a little out of tune. Some say I'm paranormal, so I just bend their spoon. Who wants to be ordinary in a crazy mixed up world? I don't care what they're saying.
I do love hats. So I was in Canton, and I walked in a store. They had all these old hats, so I said, well, I'll buy the hat, you know, it's so pretty. And I thought, you know, it's really been, you know, weathered and used, and it's real old. And when I got in the car, I turned it over to see Made in China, but it wasn't made in China. It was made by my own aunt, Dodds Hats, Jackson, Mississippi. She designed and made hats for all the governors in Jackson. I nearly died. I thought, oh my God. So I called back down there. They said, yeah, the woman has other hats. So I called her, and she said, yes, I do have, I think there's one hat, but I'd have to find it. And she said, I don't know whether I'll be able to find it. It's Dodds Hats right there. And so finally I said, what do you want for the hat? And she said, well, I paid $50 for it. I really got to make a profit on it. And she said, it's beautiful, and I just really don't want to let it go. She said, how about $150? I said, it's sold for $160 and mail it to me. Don't you just love the hat?
Yeah.
Red's my favorite color. I thought, oh, she's got to let me have the hat. Please let me have the hat. And so I, you know, and I found out later she was a doctor, an MD, and she didn't really have to let the hat go, did she? She said that she had paid a lot for it. Don't you just love it? I've had Dottie several years, and I went ride on my bike, but I remember coming back a little after 7, and I went inside the house, and was in the back of the house, and came out for some reason, and she was gone. I thought, oh no, where is she? And so I called the police, you know, and we said, they began to look everywhere. We looked in garbage cans. And I cut a deal from the beginning that, you know, that I wouldn't press charges or anything, just get her back for me. And on the outside, I put a big easel. I had a picture. I said, bring Dottie home, please. And she got real popular, and she did make the Society Press. And everybody was looking for Dottie. Well, the next day, it was Thursday, next day was Friday, we went down to Alpha and filed a claim. And that afternoon, the girl called, and she said, I've seen her. She was at my sorority house. And within an hour, I had her back. You know, of course, I had to take her to the police department. She was called the victim. That was so funny. She was like a human being. And people were passing by honking, oh, Dottie, hey, Dottie, we're so glad you're back. And so anyway, that was really neat. But I got her back, and I was so happy to have her back, because I never would have found another real Dottie. And 6 mannequins in the house. You saw Dottie and Molly Golly. This is Mally. Not Manny, I'm sorry, Ty. And I made this out of my daddy's ties, and I wore it from an art show, and they owned in the outfit with one of my models who came that night. There, his portrait is behind him. I got an email from the Starkville Daily, and they asked me would I be a guest columnist for them, would I take paintings and talk about them, you know, and write about them. So I said, okay, and she said, twice a week. I said, oh no, twice, that's a lot. But anyway, I'm doing it, and it's been a lot of fun, and I found out I finished Mississippi State University in 1964 with an English degree major. And when I turned 68 years old, which I am now, I finally used my college degree. Every day I get up, and I think, what hat am I going to wear? What color am I going to wear? It affects me. I mean, I love colors, and I think my whole world is that colorful world, So it affects me all the time, but it's so much fun to do. And I look at life a little differently than most people, but that's fun.
Who wants to be